Blessings, everyone. How are you? Welcome to Oracle Maureen. So today, I wanted to share with you an experience I had recently with Kuan Yin and Mother Mary, the two queens of the universe. No, I have not given them that name, the queens of the universe. God gave me those names, queens of the universe. So I want to introduce that to you. God told me that Mother Mary is queen of the universe to the west part of the world, the western part of his world. He told me he created Mother Mary to be the queen for the western part of his world, our earth, and that he created Kuan Yin to be the queen for the eastern part of his world. I'm happy to say I'm a principal oracle for both of the queens. I love my position of serving them. I get to have many miraculous experiences with both of them. I'm sure for many of you that's probably very mind-blowing. For me in the beginning it was extraordinarily mind-blowing, and at times it still is. But I've become used to it by now. It's a very humbling position, and I cannot begin to tell you how grateful I am to have achieved and earned this position, that they've allowed me to serve them at this close level, and that I get to have these kinds of advanced experiences with them. Today, they've asked me to share an experience that they've given to me that they wish to have shared with the world, to help you understand the true power that they have over the entire universe and the enormous level of power and gifts that they hold and have the ability to give to you. They are so holy, they are so loving, and they are so extraordinarily powerful. And they have shown me that again and again and again and again. They have also shown me their deepest desires are to help you evolve so that you can earn yourself a better afterlife, as well as a better life here on earth during your incarnation. The experience they wish for you to know today, that they showed me recently, is one that showed the magnitude of power that God has blessed them with. Here's the experience that they gave to me that they wish for you to know. I was at church, Catholic church, which is Mary's church. As I was sitting in church, about halfway through church, as I was looking up at the altar at the priest, suddenly Mary appeared, and I saw her, and she looked me eventually directly in the eyes, and as she pulled my eyes over to hers and had me give her direct eye contact, she then showed me her entire being. I got to see an entire apparition of her in living color. She was wearing pure white, a white dress, a white veil, a white cloak. She has very dark brown hair. It was pulled back in a low bun. When she pulled my eyes directly into her eyesight and had me look into her eyes, she suddenly had her form become massively large as I saw her floating in front of the altar area of the church. And I was looking into her eyes. I saw how her form all of a sudden became huge, where it took up almost half the size of the altar space. When I was watching her and I noticed how big she was, when I looked at her, she immediately had dozens of pink roses, pink bouquet of roses in both of her arms that she was cradling. When I looked at her, all of a sudden, I saw the bouquet of pink roses start to separate, and I saw individual rose petals start to go out to everybody that was attending church. And she said to me when I was looking at her, she said she was blessing everybody who attended her church, a blessing today for showing up to her church. And I saw everyone that was sitting in church receive a pink rose petal. And then she said, for those that hold a sincere devotion to me. And then I saw the majority of people actually receive the rose petal and it go right into their chest. And then I saw the other portion of people not receive a rose petal. And she let me know it was because they do not hold a sincere belief in her. They don't pray to her, they don't believe in her. It was the minority of people that day, but she taught me and showed me those that believe in her, pray to her, and that showed up at church that day. God allowed her to give them a blessing, and she chose to give them a blessing because of their devotion to her. I was struggling with a migraine. Immediately when the rose petal hit my chest, my headache started to disappear. As I was taking all of this in, and it was breathtakingly beautiful, and it was an amazing lesson, I then looked back at her because I couldn't get over how big she was. I have seen her multiple times in full apparition form, but I've never seen her appear so big that she took up almost half the size of the space of the front of a church. She pulled me back to look at her, and she said the other part of her message to me was to tell me to teach people that she holds so much more power than what people here understand, that the Catholic Church is also her church, and that for those that go to her church, they're allowed to receive her blessings at a higher level, and for them to understand and embrace she has and has been given so much more power in the Catholic Church than what is actually really understood by most earthlings here, and to help people make that connection so that if they want to receive her blessings, they need to go to her church because she's been granted by God to be allowed to gift blessings at a very high level, but attending her church and being devoted to her is the only way you will earn them. She then asked me to share that message. I've shared it with my advanced students. I'm now sharing it with you here. After I shared it with my advanced students in advanced class that night, After I fell asleep, I was woken up about 3 hours later to a visitation from Kuan Yin. And here was my experience with Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin woke me up. I was laying on my left side like this. Kuan Yin woke me up and I saw her floating above me, really, really high up. She was wearing a long pink dress. And she said Kuan Yin also sits high, high up. And I saw her head as high up as you could possibly be, as in as close to Jesus and God as you can possibly be. I then saw her wearing a pink dress, and the pink dress went down and it covered me, and the hem of her dress was in about a 3-inch white fabric scalloped design, and the whole bottom of her dress covered me completely, which I know, which Kuan Yin communicated. I'm completely covered and protected, and with Kuan Yin as her close, personal, principal oracle. Kuan Yin then communicated to me to let people know that she holds the same level of power that Mary does, that they are the same but different. Mary upholds the Catholic Church. Kuan Yin upholds Buddhism. Kuan Yin wants people to understand that just as Mary is understood here in the Western part of the world, Kuan Yin is equally understood in the Eastern part of the world, where Buddhism is more accepted, studied, where Buddhism is more practiced. They truly are the queens of the universe. Mother Mary for the Catholic Church, Goddess Kuan Yin for Buddhism. They have been gifted and allowed extraordinary powers and gifts by God to give to us. But our devotion to them is the only way we will earn more of their gifts. My job as their oracle in this experience is to enlighten you and help you understand that they have so much more power and the ability to perform so many more miracles and so much stronger miracles than what truly is being understood here. Pray to them. Pray to them sincerely. Pray to them genuinely. Show them respect. Mary showed me in the experience at church. Go to her church, say her prayers. Kuan Yin, say Kuan Yin's prayers. Attend a Buddhist temple. Show them the respect that they desire and earn the blessings, the gifts, and the miracles that they have to give to you. This is Oracle Maureen on helping you embrace the two queens of the universe, Mother Mary and Goddess of Mercy and Compassion, Kuan Yin. Blessings and namaste.